Hello, my friends, and yes, I'm back. I was off over the weekend. I had to take a break, man. Whew. Listen, you guys got to understand that this YouTube thing really takes a toll on you after a while. It's heavy, especially when you're dealing with subjects that involves human emotions and frustration. You sort of take on a lot of that, you know, because it's not just me critiquing and talking about these subjects online. Another part of what I do is I talk to anywhere between 7 to 9 men or couples per week. And a lot of that entails listening to a lot of problems from other people. And it weighs on you, man. After a while, it gets to you. So I have to sometimes just take a break, you know. So this weekend there was a lot of call-ins. A lot of people wanted, you know, help. So I just sort of put the YouTube videos, you know, on a break for 2 days. But it's Monday and I'm back. So something else that I also do that some of you already know, but I also help people build their YouTube channel and, you know, help them with their social media work as well. So I usually meet with an older woman who is trying to start a female YouTube channel. She's in her late 50s and she has a beautiful daughter. Woo! Yes, 24 years old. Beautiful, fit, friendly, feminine, and agreeable. No kids. College educated, but level-headed, got her head on straight, conservative thinker. And she lives in the UK and she's complaining that no men are approaching her. And here she is. Mixed race, you know, half white, half Middle Eastern. Beautiful, beautiful girl. I mean, if I was back in my day, whew, yes, for sure, I would be there. But my point is that she's been complaining now for years. She says, Mom, I go to all the nice places. I try to meet guys. We go to bars. Men don't come over to talk to us. They might look and they will talk, but they will not approach us. And of course, the mother, she thinks that she has all of these great answers. Oh, it's because of dating apps. It's because of this. It's because every excuse besides what has really taken place over the last 15 years. Men have been told not to approach them. Men have been told that they're the predators. Men have been told that they're this, they're that, they're the bad, they'd prefer to be in the woods with a bear rather than a man. Men have been pointed out to looked at as the bad man, the big bad wolf. Stay away from the big bad wolf, so to speak. And I'm trying to tell her, those days are over. The tables have turned. If a woman wants a man, she has no choice now than to approach that man. That's the reality of the world we're living in. And she's like, no, she would never do that. She's too proud for that. And, you know, she's more the person that believes in the traditional way of meeting a man. I said, what do you want me to do? I said, your daughter sees what's happening in the real world. She's told you her and her other single friends are all in the same boat. Now, I've seen pictures of these group of friends, A1 type girls, and it's not happening for them. So this makes me realize that we have a problem with society. Because I do get a lot of men calling in who would love to meet a nice woman. The woman that they're meeting online, they can't trust them. They don't trust any woman, really. Some of these guys have gone through divorces. Some of these guys have never been married. Some of these guys just have checked out. And so I'm afraid we've thrown out the baby with the bathwater, so to speak. And for those of you younger generation that don't understand that expression, we literally dismissing all women instead of trying to pick and keep the good ones, but we've now dismissed them all. And I understand why. I understand perfectly. But I came across this one video here this morning, and this one is called Women Sobbing Because Men Are Going Their Own Way. And it comes from the channel The Modern King. And I just thought I'd play a few of these clips that he's compiled because I think it's a great selection of clips that sort of brings this home for you all. And then I'll critique a few of them. All right? Let's get into it.
They are crying because we have walked away and want to know why we no longer date them. Why American men don't want to date American women anymore.
All right, ladies, let's talk about why men do not court anymore.
Guys, what happened to men being hunters?
What happened is men got tired of the games and collectively decided to quit.
So, over 60% of Gen Z men are single, and intimacy is at a 30-year low across both genders.
Despite this, they continue to blame men for what they caused in the desperate attempt to get us to change our minds.
Actually, no. The men stopped dating because girls like you aren't loyal anymore, and they started to realize they were wasting their time trying to make relationships work with girls that ultimately didn't care about them. And now it's ruined everything, even for good girls like me.
The only way men would even consider changing their minds is if you first changed your behavior, then changed divorce and family laws. Until then, we will enjoy our lives and not look back.
I love the music, that ominous, that dramatic. Yeah, it's good. I like how this guy has put his videos together with AI voice in the back. But here's the thing. He's right. Men have pretty much checked out. Men are looking at other options overseas. Passport bros. You know the drill, gentlemen. I'm hoping that I'm talking to a few women that understand that men have choices. And I've told you all this before. Dating is an international business that women cannot compete in. You all cannot compete internationally. Men can. Men can grab a passport and go and find women in other eligible countries because he's looking for less. You all are looking for more. Taller, more money, six-pack, six-figure. Everything you want is more. Ladies, the reason why you cannot compete internationally is because Western men are the best that you're going to get when it comes to what you want. Because most of the time, you're looking for a man's resources. A man, on the other hand, he can go to another country and he's more than satisfied with the village girl who's never had a man before or only had a few bodies. That is his requirements. He will take the woman that's flipping burgers. And saying that, man, I went to McDonald's this morning for breakfast at the drive-thru, and the most stunning young lady poked her head through the window. I was like, whoa, a little Filipina girl. And she said, "Good morning, sir. How are you?" And I was like, wow. I just wanted to go, wow, you are gorgeous. I didn't say it. Listen, I'm no when not to turn on the creepy old man thing, okay? I just don't do that shit. There's certain things you don't say to young women. I just say, "Hello, how are you? You're a very happy woman." And she said, "Thank you, sir." And then she just gave me my order. But the point I'm trying to make is any man who is in her age bracket would be happy to just grab her up. Any corporate executive right now who went through the drive-thru, he would happily marry her. But women will never do that. What they will do, and this is just freaking insane because this came across my feed on Spiritual Word this morning. Take a look at this picture. An Atlanta man mugshot is going viral. Women and men are willing to bail him out. And men. Jesus Lord. It's freaking insane. They will go after the bad boy. Reason for going to prison: purchase, possession, manufacture, distribution, or sale of marijuana. Operating a motor vehicle without registration or valid license plate. Possession of firearm, knife, drawing the commitment of a crime. Okay? So a drug dealer who's committed a crime with a firearm and knife, right? Beverly says, "He didn't do it, Your Honor." Shit. Oh, wow. Marie says, "Damn, B, what you did." Ray World said, "Oh, you fine. Lily Bitty Titty says, "It would take the power of all the nations to remove my mouth from the base." Wow. Oh my gosh. 10F1 says, "When you get out, we're going to have a grill out. I got the buns. Just bring your meat." Jesus, Lord. So it's just insane how women think. There's so many good guys out here, right? But yet they would go for the drug dealers and the bad boys just to have that excitement in their life. It blows my mind. And then when they get older, wise up, oh, there's no good men out here. There's no good men out here. Freaking insane. Oh man, this gentleman says, don't none one of you all lucid Jezebels complain about going 50-50 when you're willing to go 100. Thank you. K. Rocky said, bruh, you all love a good criminal, huh? I'll do a last one. Official Hand says, you all will scroll past a picture of a man holding a doctorate, but be drooling out the mouth over a mugshot. No thank you. But free him on them silly ass charges. Yes. And that just shows you the state of the female market that men have to deal with, good men have to deal with, especially in the black community. You're not going to hear this in the white community. No, I never see this sort of action in the white community. If you have, point it out to me, please. But this is what we have to deal with. This is the level of women that most men have to deal with today in today's dating market. Let's continue with this video because there's some other good videos here.
There's one secret you never told your ex.
That I hooked up with someone else. I cheated. I cheated. I cheated.
Jesus.
This is crazy.
Girls put guys in the friend zone.
Because we don't like them, they're too nice.
What's wrong with being nice?
We like talk.
This is exactly why there's so many men that are just done dating. Because if they're a good man, they're being told that they're too nice by this type of woman. And her advice is playing toxic games like not texting her back. Good men don't want that. But what they're being forced to do is weave through this toxic craziness and trying to stay true to themselves, all while hoping that by the time that they do find their match that is also of healthy mindset, that they're ready for her, which is easier said than done.
I do not have sympathy for you chicks, yeah? When you get old, you hit the wall and then you start complaining, oh, where has all the good men gone? You had the good men, they're in your friend zone, in your best years, bro. And then you get old, your options have dried up and you've dried up as well. That's it, bro.
They throw away their 20s, and then when they hit their 30s, the gravity of being single really starts to weigh in on them.
I spent the entirety of my 20s in relationships with men that significantly decreased my quality of life. In fact, your choice in partner is probably the single most important choice you can make.
Despite this realization, they still live in a fantasy land where...
Sorry, I married my wife when she was 34. She'd never been married before, no kids, right? Now, she was a corporate woman, hardworking, and she was the typical, you know what, I'm going to enjoy some of my 20s, work hard, and then I'm going to settle down. Even though she was always in long-term relationships, she just never committed to marriage, right? It was easier for her to actually find a man because we were different back then. The frustration I have right now is that she is trying to put those same conditions on my now 15 and 18-year-old daughters. I'm telling them, listen, girls, you focus on trying to find a man in that first 2 years of college. Try to find a man now. By the time you reach 21, 22, you've already secured a man that you would like to settle down with. Look for a man that has good potential. Look for a man for all the right reasons. But on the other hand, my wife is saying, no, let them get a career. And I'm like, no. And she always referred to, well, look what happened with me. And that's what happened with me. And I keep trying to tell her the world is not like the way it was with her. And she can't see it. She cannot see it. And it's so frustrating for me when I'm dealing with my wife. And I just tell you this because I know some of you all are going to face the same problem. But I can advise you, based on what I'm seeing and what I'm showing you in these videos, that if you have daughters, you better tell them prioritize finding a man first over career. Yeah. But also make sure that they understand the value of committing to that man right through. And you vet that man. You make sure you vet that man properly.
They think they're in a love story fairy tale. Take a look.
Being single is hard, right? Like, it's tough. That's not news. Like, it's hard. But I always go back to the fact that being single at the end of the day is exciting because you don't know how this is all going to work out for you. You have no idea how you're going to meet your person if you've already met your person. That's something that I'm always like, have I already met that person that I'm going to marry? Like, it's so crazy to think about. But regardless, it's like, it hasn't played out for you yet. No matter how it is, it hasn't played out for you yet. And how exciting is that you get to think like, oh my God, I don't know how this is going to work out. Like the big plot twist kind of hasn't happened for you yet.
Ladies, 2023, I'm convinced I'm going to meet my man at the grocery store. And here's why I say this. When I go to the bar, it's a great romance. Whirlwinds. It fizzles out in days, okay? Grocery store, I'm coming back from work. You know, I'm in girlfriend attire, okay? Obviously, I wouldn't wear a turtleneck to the bar. But I think I'm looking cute, wholesome energy. Perfect time to both reach for an apple, okay? And then go, oh my God, so sorry, you take it. And then spark up a conversation.
Man, the stories women tell themselves are insane. From this, you can see that they live in a fairy tale. They live in this world where they think that they are the prime characters in a romance novel. This is what they tell each other. Oh, we're going to both reach for the apple and our hands are going to touch and then we're going to look at each other and laugh. Oh, sorry, no, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it. Okay, why don't we share it? Over a glass of wine? That was my best romantic line, okay? But 99.99999% chance that shit ain't gonna happen. I'll tell you something that happened to me this morning. This is perfect. This came up perfectly. So I'm at the gym and I saw a woman doing pull downs, right? And she's doing pull downs. She's an older woman. I would suspect she's probably in her late 40s, mid to late 40s. And she's doing a underhand grip pulling down, and it's an awkward position because you know the bar is bent at the end, and she got her hands like this, and she's trying to pull down, and it's a weird sort of a thing. And so I waited till she was finished. She had on these big, the big headphones. So I went over and I just said, I did like this. And she just looked at me like, what? And then I should have just said, let's leave it alone. But I said, I was just watching that you were doing the pull downs like this. I was just going to say that that's not really the best way to do it. Oh, I know that. I was just trying something different. I was just trying something that, thank you. And she slapped the headphones back on and just turned around. And I just went back to my workout. I was working out right next to her, and I just said, wow, that's how women talk to men. And she looked at my big gray-haired ass, and that's how she addressed me. That's how she chose to talk to me, with absolute disdain and no respect. I've seen her there before, but I've never spoken to her. And then I started to justify all the reasons why she's so nasty and mean. Maybe she's having problems with her man. Maybe she's dead. And I went through all of these excuses for her. But then it hit me. This is just the way women are right now. And this is the reason why men do not approach women. And so I say to you ladies, whether you realize it or not, you are all in that same boat. Whether you do it or not, men do not want to be subjected to that. Because I was just trying to be helpful. She was out of shape. She was nothing remotely attractive. This is the thing. This is what freaking frustrating as well. She was literally the worst of the worst shape woman you would want to freaking talk to at a gym. Okay? She was at least 40 pounds overweight for her height. Everything was wrong. She wasn't physically or she wasn't structurally in her face. She wasn't attractive at all. And she was well over her prime. So there was no reason for her to think that, hey, this guy is hitting on me. So why would you then be so nasty in your approach when someone approached you and I wasn't hostile, I wasn't mean, I had a smile on my face? Why would you do that to another human being? Forget I was a man. Because I would have told a man the same thing. I would have given him the exact advice, right? If I saw a man doing that, I would have said, like, boss, hey, that's not the way to do it. How would a man respond to that? Hey, brother, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was just trying something. It wasn't really. But I appreciate you telling me. That's how men would talk to each other. if that man was hostile about it, you know, he knew that there would have been some clapback on that as well. Yeah, I would have said, boss, you don't have to be rude. I was just trying to help you out, you know. But she just didn't deserve any more of my breath. She just didn't. So I just left her alone. And this just shows you the nature of where we are at. And this is in America. This is in Dubai, guys. In Dubai, in these gyms, men and women rarely talk to each other. And it's not like the women don't want to. It's just that the men don't approach. Because I've had women who say, you know, I've been to the gym and no one talks to me. I know guys talk. And it's true. Men just don't approach women in the gyms here. It's rare. So all I'm saying, guys, this is the state of the dating market as we see it. And it's not pretty. And it's not getting any better.
How do you expect for women to be submissive if you don't even court us?
Men stopped courting in response to women no longer being traditional. You can't expect men to stay traditional when women can't even stay traditional themselves.
Guys, what happened to men being hunters? I thought they were designed to hunt. What happened? Men don't court us anymore. They don't take us out on dates. They don't buy flowers.
Women love being courted, and I do think that that is something that's lacking in our generation of dating, is men just don't court women like they used to. And I think if
men don't hunt anymore because what we used to hunt for no longer exists. So we have to find other pastures. We have to find other countries. We have to find other places where what we want to hunt for is available, because it's no longer available in the West. That's what you don't understand. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to lock it off there. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you would like to book a session, get me over on askanolderman.com. Let's have a chat for half an hour or an hour. If you have a quick question, I mean quick, get me over on Instagram on Ask an Older Man. Okay, so until next time, whenever in doubt, remember, ask an older man. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers to me.